Alright, well, we are back again with my F-150. Apologize for the sweat, it's kind of warm outside, I've been messing around a lot. So, since we last spoke, I have installed horns that were taken out, along with the wiring. I couldn't find any of the plugs at all. So I wired in new horns. They had electric fans installed, the radiator, as well as the one off the engine, but they weren't wired in, so they're all wired in now, so I can hit a switch if I see it's overheating. So far, driving it around down here in Florida, getting stuck in traffic, 90 plus degree days, it's barely climbing above a quarter of the heat gauge, so it's running nice and cool. Rebuilt the rear brakes. Front brakes looked all right. The exhaust was a big issue. So as you can see, I have the new stuff and the old stuff. Unfortunately, this Y pipe that I ordered that was supposed to fit my model F-150 with the 5.0, comes nowhere near the headers, so I gotta figure that out and get a new Y pipe. But the muffler and tailpipe look like they're gonna line up just fine. One thing I was kind of sad about, so this is the old exhaust. As you can see, it's seen better days. It went right past the cab and straight down into the two tailpipes on the muffler. It was pretty loud, especially under the cab. Now this, I cut these off so I can get to this flange, because it was, the bolts on these take forever to get off. I actually had to cut one of them off. But they had, if you can look at this one, they put a larger exhaust tube as a sleeve over two ends, and then self-tap screws, one on either side to hold it in. So these weren't sealed at all. There was probably 3 or 4 sleeves that they Frankenstein together that had a bunch of exhaust leaks. It was real loud and obnoxious. So I'm hoping the new exhaust with the nice large muffler will quiet it down and make it sound a little cleaner. But until I gotta go up and look online now. I got the exhaust off. Putting the new stuff on isn't gonna be hard, but just trying to figure out this Y pipe issue. I don't really want to go with the flex stuff because I've heard less than ideal things about the flex exhaust tubes. But for now, the big stuff's off. New stuff will be easy to put on. There's a little lizard checking me out and eating up all the bugs around me. That's one nice thing in Florida. You always have company. Most stuff wants to kill you down here, but lizards are alright. Yeah, so have a horn, the extra cooling fans just in case. Already put a new air filter on, rebuilt the rear brakes. Most of the new exhaust is in. Getting it hung up is going to be the easy part now that I got the old stuff off. Aside from that, I've been driving it around here and there. I was wondering why I was pulling so hard to the left, and then I realized the front passenger tire had a pretty gnarly hole in it, and it was losing a lot of air. Instead of 65 psi that these 35s are supposed to run with, it at about 20. So that side was leaning and shoving the whole truck to the left. That's patched. Luckily it was just in the tread. That's patched and seems like it's holding. I'll find out more when I actually start driving it and get the tires heated up. So I can probably get a new set. Well, I want to get a new set eventually. These big off-road knobby tires. I'm not really doing much off-roading. It's going to be going to the shops and just cruising around on the road. So getting something a little more tarmac oriented, longer lasting tread, less rolling resistance, got a little slightly better MPG on this guzzler. So, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. But for now, still work in progress. It does run and drive, so it's not too bad. And driving to and from work the few times I did, I mean, it sounds good. It drops right back down to a comfortable idle when I hit a red light. I mean, it's There's no sputtering or popping or anything like that. Nice and smooth. Smooth all the way through the RPMs. After I get the better exhaust on and the tires are all pumped up and where they should be, I was struggling to hit about 50. It'd be at like $2,000 and screaming. But that's also, I think, partially because the exhaust had so many leaks. So it's a lot louder than it should have been. So we're going to find out how that goes after I get the new exhaust piece in. But for now, just wanted to give an update. Since I kind of like doing these videos and getting feedback and reactions from people. Again, I apologize for pouring sweat. I used to be fat, and I still sweat like a fat kid, so in this Florida swamp, it's not the best. I do have a big... These fans are incredible. They actually broke. I have 2 of them I got from work that broke. I was able to rip it apart, clean it out. It was a broken wire inside that I replaced. And now it works great, so that blowing on me helps a lot. The second one I have in the garage, I still gotta break that apart and clean it up. But they're like $200 fans that I got for free, so that was pretty nice. Highly recommend those carpet drying fans, those floor fans, because they move a lot of air and they feel really good. But that's enough for now. Until next time, hope everybody is doing good. And and an update on the house. Hopefully by the end of the week we should have our keys. After a full year of waiting, after we closed last July, we might actually be able to step foot inside our new house. Fingers crossed with that. And so then eventually I won't be working on this in a heavily sloped driveway. I'll be able to set myself up a little workshop and be a little more efficient and better with trying to not have stuff roll away from me. Drop a bolt, runs all the way down into the road. So until then, have a good day.